Hi guys, welcome to this video about what you have to consider before you start taking turmeric or curcumin. So I have now about 5 or 6 years experience with taking curcumin, and I just wanted to let you know about these things because I have noticed that a lot of people don't have a lot of knowledge about the things, and so I wanted to let you know, and so you can prevent many of the mistakes which I have already done. And this is really important, so watch the whole video till the very end. I have really important information for you which can be which can be extremely helpful, can save you a lot of money, and help avoiding big health risks. So the curcumin is a really famous spice from India. It has this intense yellow color, and it is a lot of people say it has a lot of healing power. So I'm here on a page which says it has 10 benefits. So most people know it as an anti-inflammatory compound. I think this is quite proven, and the antioxidant capability, that's also quite proven. But there are a lot of things which I think haven't been tested a lot. But I think the lower risk of brain disease, there were wide studies comparing like Indian people to other people where they are not eating curcumin, but there could be other things. So, but you see here there are so many things, Alzheimer's, so many really good things. So it is definitely worth considering taking that. So, but you have to be aware of certain things. So here I have a page like the rxlist.com, and it's really a comprehensive list about turmeric, what it can do, safety, interaction with medication, and so on and so on. You can see this is a really good page. It's definitely worth looking into that. I highly recommend, before you starting that, highly recommend looking into that. It has sections for possible, effective, for insufficient evidence, but there is so many things which could be where it could be helpful. And then how does it work, safety concerns, especially if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Of course, this is always something you have to be aware of, interactions with medication, diabetes, and so on and so on. I think this is really a really comprehensive page, and this is a must before you start everything. So, by the way, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a professional medical worker, not in any not in any kind. So it's always advised to first do your own research, and second, if you want to make sure that you're 100% safe, check with your personal doctor before you start taking something like this. I mean, this is a spice usually. I mean, if you take just small amounts, usually it doesn't matter. If you're taking this as a medicine, this will be usually higher amounts, and you have to be careful. So check back with your medical doctor or any kind of professional health worker. Okay, so here you have the page. If you Google that, you see also a lot of information and of course how you can buy these things. And as you can see already here, most people are taking this as capsules, usually vegetarian capsules. I would definitely check to buy vegetarian capsules. A lot of other sellers, they use non-vegetarian capsules. I mean, this is a vegetarian thing, and I think the price difference is not a lot, so it's definitely worth to use vegetarian capsules. So what's also important, I would really suggest to use capsules instead of the spice. I mean, you can buy the raw spice, you can produce your own, like you can buy the things and produce your own spice. But it's a lot of work, and the really bad thing about curcumin is that it has a really strong color, like it's a strong yellow color, and it stains a lot. So everything which get in touch with that gets yellow stain, and it's hard to get rid of. Let's say you have a white carpet or white t-shirt, or even when you just put it in your mouth, and it's really strong, I can tell you. And yeah, your tongue will be yellow for a couple of hours usually if you take it like this. So yeah, it's not a good thing, and it could also hurt yeah, your teeth and especially your esophagus when you're taking it without capsules. So it's definitely a good thing to use capsules. But even when you're taking capsules, then there are still two things to be aware of. The first thing is that based on my experience, outside of the capsules, I mean, let's say it's like on the skin of the capsules, there is some curcumin, and it still can hurt your esophagus. Yeah, that's crazy, but it is. I mean, these things are made in in industrial complex, and I don't know how this really works, but at the end it looks like there is some curcumin outside of these capsules. So you have to make sure that it doesn't hurt your esophagus, and also you have to make sure that it doesn't hurt your stomach too much. I mean, it can be helpful for your stomach, like it can be really beneficial. It can have a positive impact on your stomach, but you have to make sure that it's not too strong. So what I highly recommend is only take it with food. And what I usually do, I take it with milk. There are some recipes. People, one famous thing is taking curcumin with milk and honey. That's a really good recipe. I've tried this many times. That's really good. But the only thing is that your mouth and tongue will be yellowish, so that's a really bad thing. Apart from that, I think it really works good. Yeah, you have to know what you do. If you don't have to go to work, yeah, maybe you can do. If you go to work, take this in the morning, not so good. People will ask you questions about that, I'm pretty sure. So the thing is also, yeah, I told you about the stomach. Only take it with food, with milk, with something. And I highly recommend not to taking at the end of a meal. So better you start with the meal, and then in the middle of a meal you take it, and then do the rest of the meal. I've tried this many times. I mean, I forgot this during the meal and I took it afterwards, And especially when I had late meals, I thought, okay, curcumin is doing a good job. It helps digesting. It is, but if you put it on top of a heavy meal, it will probably stay on top, and it can cause really bad things to your esophagus. I heard from some people who were saying that the curcumin actually triggered reflux, LPR, which is not curable actually. It's a permanent disease. And yeah, if you want to do something good to you for your health, you don't want to end up with reflux and LPR. So I mean, I highly recommend the curcumin, but you have to know what you do. Don't take it without food. Don't take it at the end of a heavy meal. Be really careful about that. So I'm almost at the end, but not yet. Really, there's one big last recommendation. As you see here on Amazon, that's the Amazon listing of curcumin, and as you can see, some price are really high. I mean, there are actually two two recommendations left. Okay, so the one thing is, you should only buy curcumin capsules which have these bioperine. You see that? Most of these capsules have a combination of 95% curcumin with 5% bioperine. This is something which most people actually recommend, so don't use curcumin only. There are still some brands which have curcumin only. That's not good. You have to take something which has bioperine. It's something which is made from black pepper. I mean, the main ingredient of black pepper is bioperine, so make sure that this contains 5% bioperine. So I think 5% is the perfect combination. So don't look for anything which has 10% bioperine. It's not needed. It doesn't improve the absorption, but 5% bioperine helps a lot with the absorption. So that's really, really important. And bioperine is actually not a expensive thing, so it doesn't make it really expensive. And it's just a black pepper, which is really cheap. And so the second thing is actually, yeah, look at this thing, 120 capsules, $43. I mean, it is just this root and black pepper. And when you check in the stores, curcumin is actually not very expensive. So if you go to a store like TJ Maxx, or there are other discount stores which are out there, like Burlington, I think, as well. There are some stores which have mainly clothes, but they have some spice, and it's always a good source for raw curcumin. And you see that this is actually not really expensive. Okay, it's definitely good to buy organic, but it doesn't have to be really expensive. So what can you do to have an even lower price? And I mean, really a lot cheaper price than anything like this. I mean, this is pretty cheap, but yeah, actually it's still too expensive compared to the raw curcumin and black pepper. So what can you do actually? A lot of people don't know that something like this exists on the market. These are capsule machines, and they are quite good. So you can buy these machines, and you can buy the capsules which come in two pieces. They have an lower part and an upper part, and you can stick them into the machine, and then you can buy the curcumin and ground black pepper, which is really close to the bioperine. And a lot of people do this on their own. They mix it 5% black pepper into the curcumin, and then they put this into these capsules and make their own capsules. And from my side, I think there won't be any difference at all. Works pretty good, and you have it at the end much cheaper than anything which you can buy online on the market. And I've been doing this for many years, and I've been suffering some some things like from fibromyalgia. I mean, it has never been indicated, I mean, or proven 100%, but it was really close, all the things, all the pain, everything. And I took the curcumin capsules, self-made, for about a year, for a year or so, and it worked pretty well. So I had a lot of improvement during this time, and I would definitely recommend it to everybody with some kind of inflammation, pain, and so on. It's definitely a good thing, but you have to be careful. You have to make sure that that you're not going to hurt other parts of your body. So that's always really important to check about side effects. It can be really heavy, even it's only a spice. It is really a heavy thing, and if you do it wrong or too much or anything, you can hurt yourself. So make sure that you do your own research, contact your medical professional, and only then start with these things. So that's it for now. I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions, comments, or have made your own experiences, please write to the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.